Hello, let's try this again. Hi, this is Jacob Robertson of the Corona Cafe. My name is Jacob Robertson. Call I'm on right now. That's what your text message is. Man, today for habits we're going to talk about meditating, but first, my name is Jacob Robertson, Pacific Northwest Realtor Extraordinaire. If you know anybody who's looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, please give me a call. I'm not going to give you my phone number, but you can find me on Facebook pretty easily. What up, Anarchos? What up, Pat? How's it going? I'm going to jump into it. So for today's habits, I'm going to talk about breathing. I'm going to go back to breathing. Why? Because it's really, really important. Now, little personal anecdote. Hey, Bree, welcome. So I've been trying to do this stream for about 3 hours now. Hey. And it's, hey, thanks, you like the hair? Oh, it's good, it's back. And I'm just going to say a whole bunch of things happened that were beyond my control that caused it to not happen. And so then it's like, okay, I'm finally, no, it's not going to happen. Okay, it's going to, oh my God, Oh my God, no, it's not. Okay, now I'm going to finally start, and then a crap load of noise and upstairs, like an inappropriate, we might need to have a conversation amount of noise happened upstairs. So I'm sitting there just getting more and more and more irritated. Like blood is shooting out of my eyes. Smoke is coming out of my ears. And then I thought about Wim Hof. And what would Wim Hof say? And he would say, you should breathe. And then I did the breathing. So it's like, if you've never listened to me before, Wim Hof, check him out. Do the Wim Hof method. It's fantastic for chilling out. So I did my 30 to 40 breaths. On the last breath, fully exhale. And that was cool. That was actually cool. I felt a lot better. Then I did it again, because really you should do a series of 3 times. And dude, I felt awesome. I feel great right now. I had a few more. And so then it's like, okay, well, what I'm going to go ahead and do is delete the Facebook app and reinstall it, because I've been having problems with that. So I delete the Facebook app, I reinstall it, and then I wasn't able to connect to live videos anymore. Because I wasn't able to see your comments, and like, I don't know, there's another like 4 gigabytes or 5 gigabytes that was stored by Facebook in my phone. Which, why does Facebook need that space? Well, Facebook's a giant evil company, as we've been talking about. So there's that. There's that. Crypto seems pretty cool. Been looking at crypto. Crypto. Man, you know who hates all of this? Like, white people are blamed for everything. The crypto community. Good Lord. They hate this stuff so much. Which would make sense, because they're kind of like a bunch of, I wouldn't say rationalists, but they're very logical people. They're logic-driven people. And they look at this and they're like, this is highly illogical. And just go crazy. They're also a bunch of S-posting trolls. Anyways, that's what I got. When you're upset, when you're stressed out, you should do the breathing. It works every freaking time. Every single time. You're going to go into a job interview. Do the breathing. Going to go on stage. Do the breathing. Going to go bang. Do the breathing. Going to have a contentious argument. Do the breathing. Going to do a presidential debate. Do some breathing. Holy crap, if Chris Wallace could have done some breathing. Am I right? Does anybody have a mute button for that guy? Jesus Christ. Let's go ahead and get into the show. For those of you who didn't watch the debates, which might have been Anarchos, I suspect that Bree and Pat did. What an S show. What a complete and utter S show. So I'm going to go based off my notes, and then we'll just kind of go from there, I guess. Biden did a good job. And he lied his ass off. Trump was ill-prepared and thought he was going to wipe the floor with Biden. Chris Wallace set Trump up, and Trump was completely blindsided by it, which he shouldn't have been, in my opinion. So let's just talk about the first things first. Joe Biden had a really good performance. I would say that largely Joe Biden won. I'm going to read an Anarchos comment real quickly. I do breathing, then I have a shot, then some kratom shower, then more breathing. Oh, wow, I bet you felt bad. Man, I bet that feels awesome. Feels great. It'd make me mad. I can't, I don't know. I have too much stress on my plate right now. Like, having a newborn definitely causes issues. So, just drinking is off the table at the moment. It just pisses me off more than it makes me feel better. Kratom sounds pretty cool. I've never done kratom. Never had kratom. I'm not even sure you do kratom. It's not strong enough. It'd be like, I don't know if I've ever do the coffee. I do the coffee all the time. Man, I'm going to do some coffee real quick. hold it under my tongue so I can take it sublingually. And I'll be like Joe Biden in the debate. Man, was Joe Biden on some drugs or what? Now, like, I'm not a drugologist. My suspicion is if I were to guess what that dude was on just based on his performance, it seemed like he was hippie flipping. Maybe he took like a gram of mushrooms and then a couple of rails of Molly, like one up each nostril. And they waited until he was like 3 hours into the trip, so he's peaking, but just totally like awake. He's like, oh, I've dealt with, like, I hate my mom and my dad and like, my son died, all this stuff, but you know what? It's cool. That's just the identity. And then he does a little bit more Molly and he's like, yeah, I feel really good, guys. Okay, come on. We're going to have some hope. Come on, man. Let's do the thing. I feel pretty great. Like, he actually felt really grounded. I liked his energy. Joe Biden had good energy last night. Donald Trump was furious and pissed off and was throwing a temper tantrum, which I'm not exactly going to blame him. I don't think he was really into defeating Trump Bree. He might have been, but I don't think that was it. That didn't seem natural. Well, maybe I could play devil's advocate. Maybe, well, if he was, he didn't do a good job of it. I'll put it that way. If I were to say how things went. Oh, give me some cray cray. I'm down to do the cray cray and the thing. If I were to sum up how, if you wanted to cut it one way, it was sort of Trump's to lose. I don't think Trump lost any votes, and I think Biden gained a few votes. And so in that sense, Biden won. I think he also had better energy. I think he missed the boat by getting into the weeds with Trump, which isn't Biden's strong suit. Trump's better in the weeds. Biden's better at selling a vision, so it's we need to have hope for the future, and we're going to do great, because America's always done great, and we're going to do, we're great, we do the thing that's great, and it's awesome, and blah, 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 and you're like, thanks, Grandpa Joe, I actually do feel like it's going to be okay, and he's like, and then Trump's like, what are you doing? What are you doing over here? What are you doing? And it was just pretty. Trump is a weed. Dude, Trump is a thorn in the side of the, establishment. God bless Donald Trump. I'll say it. Dude, actually, I'm going to get into the show, the shoats a little bit. Biden lied big time, but he did it with a smile. Trump didn't smile much. Yeah, and Trump didn't actually lie as much as he normally does. Good for him. Yeah, no, Biden lied his ass off. It was, horrendous lies, too. I got to be honest. And so did Chris Wallace, by the way. For all you Fox viewers, and I'm going to bring this up again. I want to say it a couple of times. Why do you watch Fox News? I would love to see Tucker Carlson and Sean Hannity and what they have to say about the performance of the debate yesterday and what Chris Wallace did. I'd really like to hear from Fox News about that. That was unbelievable. I'm going to go ahead and get into the stuff. So Chris Wallace brought up the Fine People hoax, and Biden signed on with it, which is a bunch of crap. Donald Trump did not call white supremacists fine people. Watch the video for the trillionth time. Everybody in the news media who repeats this lie is lying. That's why I hate freaking Cooper Anderson. That's why I hate freaking Don Lemon. It's why I hate Rachel Maddow. It's why I hate most of them, to be quite honest. It is. It's one of the big ones because it's such a destructive lie. Because it's the foundation of Donald Trump as a white supremacist and the white supremacists of the Nazis and the white supremacists, the Nazis and the blah, 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 blah. That is the foundation of what's ripping America apart. That's what's leading us towards a race war. Okay, is that BS lie, and it just keeps getting repeated over and over and over and over. No, Anderson Cooper is ripping this country apart, and I don't know why. The guy's a Vanderbilt. He's got more money than God, okay? The guy can rot in hell. He repeated the bleach hoax. He's repeated so many hoax. He gets on TV, lies his ass off. He can go suck it. I respected Wallace for a moment. Then it was a shit show and a mess. Yeah, no, I used to respect Chris Wallace, before Donald Trump. I used to respect so many people before Donald Trump. Donald Trump just basically exposed what a sham and how crappy and awful everybody is. Anyways, I'm going to get back to it. The Proud Boys aren't white supremacists. Oh, wow, we have more. If you just invented shit show on purpose, that were art genius. Yeah, no, it's pretty good. The Proud Boys aren't white supremacists, and they haven't been burning down America for the past 4 months. Oh, wait, let me go through yeah. I'm going to go ahead and check my notes real quickly. Let's talk about the Proud Boys a little bit. My notes got screwed up from this morning. So if you don't know the genesis of the Proud Boys were like kind of a guys group that were started by Gavin McInnes. If you don't know who Gavin McInnes is, he's a Canadian and one of the co-founders of Vice Media. He is a conservative comedian shit-posting troll, if I were to describe him anyways. I mean, I think the guy literally shoved something up his butt while on air. And then made some sort of gay joke about it. He's a weird dude, okay? He's a really weird dude. He's somewhat gross. He also looks intimidating. He's like a scary-looking guy. He's what a white supremacist would look like. If you're like, oh, this is not, okay, it looks like it. So he created a group of the Proud Boys, which is kind of like guys like Anarchos and I, sort of. We're not quite that. We're a little rednecky, but if we were like more rednecky, beefier, dirtier, more hunting or bigger trucker, and our IQs are about 20 points less, then we might be Proud Boys. But that's not going to happen. We're too smart for that. Anyways, where was I going with this? Oh yeah, so also more of the history of the Proud Boys to give you an idea. The name came from the Aladdin the Musical. So if you haven't heard it, it's one of these cringe video internet challenges. And it like the song is, I don't know, it's like Aladdin singing. He's like, proud of your boy. I want you to be proud of your boy. Why can't you be proud of your boy? Anyways, and so that's where the Proud Boys got their name. Literally, that's where they got their name. So it's a troll. It's a giant troll, but they're white supremacists. So go back to Charlottesville, and then go back to the fine people hoax that's tearing America apart. So that's when the left started screaming about Nazis and going crazy about the Nazis and the white supremacists. Just started seeing them everywhere. And then Melly Romero and I guess she's like Ma Romero now, who's in our little group. We love Melissa is awesome. All of you should be friends with Melissa. She's cool people. Back then, her and I are like, stop, I don't know exactly what it is. Stop your Nazi incantations, okay? Would you guys stop trying to summon the Nazis? Would you please shut up? All you're doing is just giving Richard Spencer energy and ammo. You are awakening a monster with all of your hysteria. Please, please, please stop it. And then the left was like, you're a racist for telling us to stop it by calling everybody a Nazi and a white supremacist. And then I was like, why are all my friends stopping being friends with me because I say they're being hysterical? And then that girl wouldn't have died if Antifa had never shown up and started a fight. If you let those jerk-offs run around with their tiki torches, none of this would be going on right now. America burning, none of it. But no, the left had to escalate the whole thing. They just had to come in and pour a bunch of gas on the fire because they're emotional and don't know how to respond to anything. They just react to everything in front of them and then throw crap at it. God, I miss liberalism. I miss liberalism so much. Anyways, so what happened is the Proud Boys started fighting with Antifa, and they beat the crap out of them. And let's have a conversation really quickly about the difference between left-wing terrorism and right-wing terrorism. The left is a little bit scary right now. What Antifa and the commies are doing is a little bit scary. In the past 4 months of riots, these people have killed over 30 people. Give you a nice comparison. Anders Breivik killed more than 30 kids in an hour. Okay? So that's the difference between a left-wing extremist and a right-wing extremist. One dude can get the body count that tens of thousands of leftists can get in months, in 1 hour. Okay? They're incompetent, they're stupid, they're childish, they're role-playing at like a revolution, and I bet they're incontinent too. I bet the Proud Boys show up, because these guys are huge. They're beefy, corn-fed whatevers. My favorite is I don't know, one of these kids came at one of the, it's one of the classics on YouTube, but basically this kid comes at one of the Proud Boys with a baton, and this was Portland 3 years ago, I guess now. Anyways, he comes at him with a baton, and you just see the dude grab it, and then grab the baton out of his hand, throw it to the side, and then boom! Ding! And just knock this guy out. And the guy's arms are bigger than... I have big arms, by the way. This guy's arms are bigger than mine. He's just massive. Anyways, so those are the Proud Boys. So actually, we're going to go, like, I guess we're just going to get into it. So when Chris Wallace brought up the Proud Boys, and it's like, are you going to denounce the Proud Boys and the white supremacists that are the Proud Boys? Dude, first, oh yeah, actually, we need to go back a little bit further. So what happened is DAs started going after the Proud Boys, even though Antifa was causing all of these fights. And then the FBI, I think, declared them as like a gang. I think that was the designation. And then the SPLC, their Southern Poverty Law Center, came after them and described them or labeled them as a hate group. And possibly like a terrorist group, terrorist hate group. I don't know exactly what the designation was. So Gavin McInnes went ahead and disbanded it because he didn't want the guys who were a part of it, his boys club, to wind up getting in trouble with this stuff. Because with the FBI and the SPLC coming after him, that causes big, big, big problems. If the SPLC labels you as a hate group, Visa won't work with you, PayPal won't work with you, MasterCard won't work with you, Discover won't work for you. You can't get donations, money, and have transactions. I think even Chase Manhattan won't work with you anymore. They wound up like, even Sargon of Akkad at one point had like his MasterCard account closed, as well as his Patreon closed, and Chase Manhattan was threatening to go after him. And he's just some like milquetoast conservative. He's a shitposting gaming milquetoast conservative. But I mean, he's not an extremist by a long shot. Anyways, what's the point of this? So Gavin McInnes disbanded, and then it's like, okay, great. And so what they did is tried raising all these funds, but they couldn't raise funds anymore for this dude. And now some Proud Boy's gonna, I think he's in jail right now. He's in prison. Because he couldn't afford his defense. He lost his job, house, all kinds of stuff. So here's the thing. Actually, here's another thing. That's just stoking hatred. That's just pissing people off. That's really pissing some people off. And it's pissing off the scary people, like the people you don't want to make mad. What the left has been doing all year, and pretty much, well, actually, Donald Trump's been thumbing people in the chest too. But the left has really just been poking the angry bear in the chest over and 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 over again. And the angry bear has been like looking at, it's rattling the cage and like the chain around its neck. And the angry bear has figured out where the breaks in the cage are, and the vulnerable spots in the chain. It can go off the chain, out of the cage, any moment. It knows exactly what to do now. And this debate, guaranteed political violence. 100% Chris Wallace and Joe Biden just guaranteed political violence. Because he's like, so will you disavow the white supremacist Proud Boys? And then Donald Trump did his like, what, hold on, what, blah, 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 blah. They disavow racist, whatever. And then they're like, no, you're not because of blah, blah, blah. He's like, hey, hold back, get ready, whatever. And he said whatever he said in the moment. And people are like, see, he's trying to give commands to the white supremacists and telling them what to do and blah, 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 blah. And he wouldn't even disavow white supremacists. Just do an internet search or a YouTube search of Donald Trump disavows white supremacists. And you'll just see a video of him doing it over and 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 over again. There's tons of times that he disavowed him. Meanwhile, Joe Biden winds up going to a KKK member's funeral. What was it, Robert Byrd? Like some grandmaster in the freaking KKK. Joe Biden's like a good old Democratic buddy with him. Oh, yeah. And so then Biden's like, oh, yeah, so Antifa doesn't exist. Antifa doesn't exist, yet Antifa has logos, banners, branded hoodies, local chapter brands and hoodies, interviews on NBC, Vice News, and CNN. What else? What else do I have here? Oh, they have a modus operandi that tells you exactly how to create cells and local chapters. They have training videos online, and they're organizing through Zoom. I've seen hours of footage of them doing this. Like, it's transparent. And here's the thing, they're weebs. They're a bunch, actually I wouldn't say they're weebs. They're what you would think a weeb is, but really a weeb is kind of like a fat neckbeard. They're weenies. They're just a bunch of pathetic little weenies. I mean, this is, seriously, Antifa is a bunch of women who are substitute teachers and guys who are cucks. And I don't ever use the word cuck, okay? Because I think it's pretty, like, it's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. And it's kind of gross and it's been overused and played out, but that's what they are. They're gross. They're like skinny, bird-chested little gross people. That's what Antifa is. They're a bunch of weenie little commies. And then we have the far right, which is like corn-fed giant mammoths who use straight like the barbell every day and have rifles. Jesus. Anyways, I'm gonna go back to like the comments real quickly. What is it? Are you seriously asking, Anarchos, or are you just screwing with me? Okay, I'll go ahead and tell you. I'll go ahead and tell you in case there are people in the audience who don't know what a cuck is. Cuck goes back to, like, I want to say it's cuck holding Shakespeare, but it's basically a cuck is a dude who watches another dude bang his woman and jerks off. That's what a cuck is. No, really, I mean, seriously, that's what it is. And then the guy who does it is a bruiser. I ain't that, by the way. I ain't the bruiser, and I ain't the dude watching. I've had guys who are like, hey, would you bang my girl? I'm like, no, what is wrong with you? This is disgusting. Because my inner moral compass was like, I don't think this turns out really well, Jacob. And I'm like, I know, inner moral compass. Thanks a lot. I really appreciate that. Yeah, you hate cucks. You call cucks soy boys. They're almost the same thing. They're very similar. Anyways. The sexual perversions, I'm just going to get off the track for a second. The sexual perversion stuff right now is so gross. Like, we've lost risque. Risque disappeared. Like, the Molly drug-ridden orgy Weimar Republic stuff that we have going on right now is just awful. It's just bad, okay? It's just bad. And I see people exposing their kids to this. Like, I see polyamorous relationships and the parents know the couple. They know the other people who are involved with it. How should children, like, be aware of their moms and dads banging other fat, disgusting people? Disgusting. We're going to call it disgusting right now. People, like, how is this acceptable? It's not. It's absolutely not acceptable. And I'm a socially liberal guy, okay? Go ahead. Bang, do whatever you want. I don't care, whatever. Gays, go get married. Gays, go get married to Zers. I don't care. I don't care. Pee in whatever bathroom you... Just get rid of gendered bathrooms. I don't care, okay? But good God, there has to be a line somewhere. Anyways, Jesus, we're so off topic. And soy is bad. Soy is really bad. So if you don't ferment soy, like soy ferments. So when you wind up getting, it's off topic. But basically, the only way to healthily eat soy is you have to get soy. You harvest the soy, and then you have to soak it in water for like 6 weeks or something like that to deal with the fermentation, and then you can like dry it or freeze it or do whatever. Anyways, we'll get to Trump's ill performance. I'll go ahead and get in. Well, I want to talk about Chris Wallace first. So Chris Wallace brought up the Fine People hoax. The Proud Boys aren't white supremacists, and they haven't been burning down America for the past 4 months. Biden is in trouble for calling Kyle Rittenhouse a white supremacist. The Biden campaign is going to get sued for what he did today, which was calling Kyle Rittenhouse, the Kenosha Kid, a white supremacist. Which is unbelievable. I mean, they're slandering a 17-year-old who shot white people in self-defense. This white supremacist is the worst white supremacist ever because he killed 3 white people. Also, the Proud Boys moment. Yeah, that was pretty bad. Part of that moment is people wanted to hear what they wanted to hear. So there's all kinds of stuff on Twitter of Donald Trump's siding with the white supremacists, and he's saying the white supremacists are the greatest thing ever, and blah, blah, blah. Like, I permanently lost respect for Kevin Hart. I will now make short jokes about that man. It was disgusting. The question was a setup. Wallace described the Proud Boys as I remember it, okay? I wasn't taking notes. We had family over, and I could barely watch it. Wallace described the Proud Boys as a white supremacist group and then asked the president to denounce them. He basically slandered a big chunk of Donald Trump's base and then asked him to denounce them. It was a really dirty trick. Jesus, Chris Wallace also... Where did all my notes go? Crap. Chris Wallace interrupted Trump 76 times compared to 15 times where he interrupted Biden. He wouldn't let Donald Trump talk for more than 3 minutes, okay? He barely responded and just argumentative. Chris Wallace wasn't supposed to be fact-checking throughout this debate, and then he just went after Trump the whole time. And then they just got into an argument. And also, this was the conservative debate, okay? This was like the Fox News debate. I wonder how the other ones are going to go. And shame on Donald Trump for not being more prepared. Donald Trump did not take this seriously. He thought he was going to walk all over Biden. I was expecting a bit more of a... I'm not shocked that Biden had a good night. I'm totally not shocked by it. Because I think the guy's hopped up on drugs. If you want my honest opinion, I think Joe Biden's really sick. In all honesty, I think Joe Biden will not survive the next, to the end of the next presidency or the next term. He won't make it 4 years. And that's more insider information. That's just from some of the people who I follow. Or oh yeah, no, the guy's got serious health issues. Decline that phone call right now. He's super frail. Okay. It's a conspiracy. There is no mayo in the store without soy. Soy is bad. It is. Now, here, I'm going to play devil's advocate. I'm going to go back real quickly to Anarchos' comment. Here's the thing. Soy's cheap. It's really cheap to grow. And soybean oil is just so delicious in mayonnaise. Here's the thing. Show me a bean that's better at making mayonnaise. I've tried the avocado mayonnaise. It's disgusting. I've tried the olive oil mayonnaise. It's pretty gross. I've made my own mayonnaise. Yeah, it's not as good. Man, best foods, soybean oil, hydrogenated. I don't know if it's hydrogenated, but I'm just going to say hydrogenated BS is wonderful. It's just so good. I could drink it. I could slather it all over my body, let my body just absorb it what's that called? Dermatologically, transdermally, just absorb through my pores. And it shields me from the COVID. What it does is it fills your pores so your pores can't get full of the COVID. And then the cucks won't get you. It's so good. It's just so good. Yum. I want a mayonnaise sandwich right now. My daughter, by the way, goes like this all the time. By the way, I'm sticking out my tongue just a little bit. Man. That tongue. That's what she does whenever she's hungry. Anyways, where was I going out? Oh, yeah, Biden's frail. Biden is in deep trouble for... Where are we going? I'm really grossed out right now. Jacob covered in mayo. I need to bleach it from my imagination. You need to lick it off my body, bro. Like a cat. A cat in a little tray of, dried cream, dried heavy cream, or it's all... For those of you listening, I'm licking a tray. While thinking of Anarchos licking me. This kitten has claws. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. It's been a long day. And it's only noonish. Bree, come back. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to insult Anderson Cooper. I did. Fuck Anderson Cooper. Excuse me. I'm back. I'm back now. Excuse the language. What else? Antifa is we're going to talk about Antifa. Antifa is a domestic and international terrorist organization that actually does exist. They have flags, slogans, uniforms, logos, and a moderate modus operandi. They have branded cells all over the globe, have given interviews to Vice, NBC, CNN. Christopher Wray is looking to advance his career and needs to be fired. Christopher Wray is the director of the FBI who said that Antifa doesn't exist. It's like him and Chris Wallace were working hand in hand just so they could feed Joe Biden that moment. Now, Christopher Wray needs to be fired a month ago. Where in the hell is the FBI on this? Where the hell are they? Where the hell is AG Barr on this? I understand that they're saying that these are independent anarcho communist cells, and it's they're connected by an ideology, which they are, but these cells are dangerous. These people have guns. These people have a lot of guns. I know some of these people with guns. I've been trying to calm them down and say, hey, stop it. Stop it. What are you doing? You're going to start a revolution. What are you going to do? You're going to take on the rednecks? You think you're going to win this fight? Shut up. Just shut up and stop doing drugs, you idiots. Good God. They don't exist. There's a great perspective on this, which is that Antifa is the phalanx of the mega corporations. What does that mean? Antifa going around and burning down everything and causing all this mayhem is speeding up Amazon taking over everything, okay? Amazon is going to be the retailer. It will be the retailer. You will see blimps of Amazon in the future that just spit out goods from Amazon carried around by drones, okay? They're going to wind up replacing the postal delivery. They're going to wind up replacing a good chunk of FedEx and UPS. You're just going to have Amazon blimps everywhere. And Antifa helped it happen. Bigly. Big time. Okay? Also, all these businesses that are being destroyed by the shutdown and the riots, these medium-sized corporations that are going to fold, so like we're going to say 200 to 50 employees, those are going to get sucked up by capital groups. They're going to get sucked up by Bain Capital and a bunch of MBAs from Harvard who wind up sucking them up, bundling them all together. So it's just like, oh, we'll get all the dentist's office in one company. Okay, great. Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to sell it to another company. Oh, great. We're going to sell it to another company. So they can just keep boosting their balance sheets around, make more money, squeeze as much profit out of it as they possibly can, and then dump the asset on somebody else and just keep doing it until basically everything is a carbon copy of everything else and it all sucks. That's what Antifa's doing. That's what they're accomplishing more than anything. They're not a great threat to our civilization in the way that there's going to be a giant corporate takeover. They're just going to destroy all the small corporations so we have 50 corporations left. Good job, you left-wing idiots. Anyways, oh yeah, but they don't exist. So Biden's like, oh, they're not. Biden says they don't exist, but Donald Trump called white supremacists a bunch of freaking fine people, which doesn't exist. He didn't say that. He also said Donald Trump told people to drink bleach, which doesn't exist. Antifa doesn't exist, but Biden and Donald Trump, they're just going to spread a bunch of lies that are ripping our society apart. What else? Oh yeah, Chris Wallace didn't hold Biden responsible for policies in the previous administration that he was the vice president of. The guy advocated for TPP, the Trans-Pacific Partnership. The people, so there's China, who are currently in the middle of a trade war with and decoupling from, and an economic reset with, and it's a total dereliction of duty. So TPP, for those of you who remember, was basically NAFTA, but with China and the Pacific. Okay, we're basically going to ship a whole bunch of manufacturing jobs off to the South Pacific. Biden was one of the people pushing it, and he didn't even bring it up. Good God. Again, what the hell was Chris Wallace doing? What the hell was he doing? Who is he in bed with? Was like, I don't know, what's his name? Christopher crap, what's his name? He's like the Weekly Standard. Bill Kristol. Did he and Bill Kristol jerk each other off before this and say, hey, why don't you do this? Or like, hey, why don't you do this? Well, Joe Biden's sitting there jerking off at it, like sniffing some kids. God damn, I'm mad right now. I'm sorry. Excuse my language. Excuse me. I apologize. Please excuse me. I'm going to breathe a second. Sorry again for grossing you out, anarchos. Ew, these gross old men. So what else? Trump left a whole bunch of money on the table. He could have, like, again, this is part of the ill-prepared thing. He should have had Kelly McEnany, however you say her name. She's the communications director for the White House. I think that's what you call him. The cute blonde girl with the big binder who's like, yeah, so actually, and just grills the press. Kelly McEnany's awesome. Trump left money on the table. So he didn't bring up the nursing home deaths. Didn't really bring up Antifa. He didn't bring out the Biden-Harris bailout fund. And he did go after Hunter Biden. And I don't think he needed to. I really don't think he needed to bring Hunter Biden into this. He described critical race theory as like sensitivity training or however it is. Dude, critical race theory is horrendous. Pat just did some training on it. She can tell you how great it is. How about we have this ideology that's just going to rip our society apart? That sounds like a great idea. How about we just make white people the scapegoat for everything? a term that I came across, and this came out of the crypto community, is they're now calling critical race theory and all of the white supremacy, like, not the white supremacy, what am I looking for? The racial justice stuff, if you want to call it. They're calling it neo-racism, which I think is actually a really good term for it. I think scapegoat and neo-racism would be a great way to describe all of the anti-white stuff that's been going on. I got to go in 5 minutes for 5 qualifies, Karma Sutra and your shotes. It is not in my shotes. The best I have is breathing. Let me see. Hey, let me see. Wait for Telemundo. You can go after Telemundo. I'll keep moving for you. What else? Critical race theory is a bunch of crap. Oh yeah, Biden didn't disavow Antifa. In fact, he said they don't exist. So here's some of the stuff where it's like, this is going to be how it sort of shakes out, because it's somewhat hard to predict, because this debate, I don't think, went the way anybody expected it to. Biden now owns Antifa. He owns the violence that has been going on right now, because he didn't really call it out and condemn it. He basically said, that's not happening. What are you talking about? These people did billions of dollars worth of damage, torched dozens of American cities, but nope, they don't exist. But the Proud Boys, who have, oh yeah, they also killed a guy. They just straight up shot a Trump supporter in the street who flat out said, I'm in Antifa, blah, 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 blah. Oh, but that doesn't exist. So now he owns the political violence. He had multiple stances on climate change and the Paris Accords. He had 2 stances on the Green New Deal, which is a bunch of garbage. I read it. It's a joke. It's a fairy tale. The Paris Accords were trash and wouldn't work and would destroy our economy. And I'm somebody who thinks that we do need to take care of the environment and do something about climate change. And that something's called nuclear energy. We need to have nuclear power plants freaking everywhere. I understand why we're not doing it, but I can just tell you that everybody on the left is stupid. Everybody on the left is just stupid and emotional. That's it. Okay? If you think there's a problem with nuclear energy, you're ignorant. If you think solar panels are a lot cleaner and better for the environment as opposed to nukes, you're just ignorant and foolish. Grow up. Stop being such a child. Read a book. Let me see. To be honest, the questions all seem like setups. They did. Hey, again, I'm going to say this again. Fox people. Hey, Fox people. Remember when I said Fox was terrible and it seemed like they were doing something and they're in on the thing? Here's what Fox is. Actually, here, I'm just going to read what I said. Do you get it now? Do you get what I'm talking about? They're the corporate oligarch that gives you the conservative voice that they want you to have. The opinion that has been assigned to you by Fox News is what the elite want you to think a conservative is. Very similar to what the opinion of what MSNBC and CNN assigned you is what they want a liberal opinion to be. That's what you're allowed. You're allowed to be in this column or this column. And if you go along with one of those 2 columns, you're okay. You're inside of it. If you're anywhere else, there's something wrong with you and you're part of the enemy. You're a libtard or you're a conservative. I'm just going to keep pounding this. Fox News is bad. Corporate news is bad. 24-hour news media is bad for your brain. And it's brainwashing. And it's manipulation. The graphics, the alerts, the brrr, it's just designed to hijack your brain chemistry, and then they have pharmaceutical commercials come online to fix your brain chemistry. That's it. It's a big mind control operation. It's a massive one. I hope Tucker's furious today. I hope, because, like, again, Fox, it's a whole, that's the big corporate side of it. I hope Tucker Carlson is furious and just, I hope he brings a flamethrower to Fox News today. On a side note, Trump won with Telemundo Spanish. That's where I was going to go with this anarchos. By 2/3. Yeah, so when they did like the end of the debate, the Spanish speakers on Telemundo survey, yeah, they cited was it 66% sided with Donald Trump, which is huge. That's massive. And here's why. It's masculine economic populism. Spanish speakers, Latin Americans are very machismo, very masculine. So even though Donald Trump didn't have and this is where it starts getting weird, even though Donald Trump did not have the best performance, him yelling and throwing a temper tantrum and being pissed off and just blasting people still resonated with really masculine, energy-oriented people. They're going to be like, yeah, he's a fighter. Yeah, he's coming back. And then, like, Biden being like, actually, I got to be honest, I liked Biden. That's what I want to see in a politician. Straight up. Even though he was lying his ass off, as far as just like the way he was delivering the message, I thought it was perfect. Not the message I want to hear, don't want the lie, but I really liked it. I thought it was statesly, if that's a word. But whatever. Here's the point. Masculine economic populism is the future. Trust me on this. Go to the gym, bulk up a little bit, get some facial hair. I can tell you that like feminine men are going to the wayside. It's not going to be gone forever, but the future is masculine. 100%. The future is masculine energy. There's going to be such a backlash against everything that's going on right now. Just go ahead and get on the right side of it. Get a straight bar. Do some lifting. I got my kettlebells. They work enough. I tell you, 53 pounds. Do curls with that thing. Yeah, your arms are going to get bigger. Don't worry. Do squats with that thing. You want to bulk up. You a lady, you want to slim down and bulk up. You want to have arms, okay? And people are going to look to that. That's what's going to be craved. Like the lefties have been telling you that like the healthy, these are the people that came up with healthy at any size, okay? It's perfectly healthy and it's fine and it's great to be obese. It's not. It's terrible for you. What are you talking about? And like, why are you trying to transition 5-year-olds? And why are you burning down cities? And why do you want to get rid of cops? I mean, all of your ideas are just crazy and stupid. What are you people doing? The backlash against this is going to be the country jumping to the right, okay? When Donald Trump gets another Supreme Court justice, who's a Catholic conservative, oh my God, I don't have notes on her. Man, anarchos, you should bookmark this and come back because I'm going to tell you some great stuff. Anyways, it's going to, boom, jump to the side. Masculinity is back, baby. So you can be happy about that, anarchos. Have a great day. I'm going to go ahead and move on to some other things. Joe Biden is on drugs, 100%, shitloads of them. I would say this is elder abuse, and it's going to come out before the election. If he's even still in the ballot, you're going to hear some bad stuff happen, or bad stuff in regards to Joe Biden come October. That's going to be one of the October surprises. Definitely. His there's going to be a leak about his medical condition. I'd totally bet on it. In regards to the Supreme Court justice pick, here's some of the brilliant stuff behind it. Man, what happened to my shows? I can't believe they disappeared. Anyways, here's one of the brilliant things about it. So, Amy Coney Barrett, ACB, good for having, by the way, having initials like that are great. So, BCJ, you should try having people call you BCJ, anarchos. Dude, it sticks. JMR, if it doesn't stick that great. It's too sad. I could go by JR. That sticks pretty good. JR Sex Machine. That's what they will call me. President JR Sex Machine. 2024. Where was I going with this? I mean, Amy Coney Barrett. So here's the thing. Donald Trump is losing with suburban women. Okay, that's not his strongest demographic. So what does he do? He picks a Catholic suburban mom. And she's great. She's perfect for it. I mean, it's like, okay, so here's a Catholic conservative. Oh, a Catholic conservative who has more black kids than Kamala Harris. Okay? That was Ollie Alexander, by the way. Good job. That was a really good tweet. Yeah, no, that's hysterical. But here's the thing. So she seems like a very normal Christian woman, okay? Who are the vast majority of women in this country? Normal Christian women, okay? So he puts up a normal Christian woman, and how are the Democrats going to behave? I haven't watched any of the hearings. I don't know if the hearings are even happening yet. I think the hearings on Comey are happening today. Oh, I should also talk about Julian Assange and those hearings. Good God. Or what's happening with General Flynn. Good God. I should talk about General Flynn too, but we're going to talk about Amy Coney Barrett. So the Democrats are going to come out, start tearing apart this woman. They're just going to go after her. And what the public is going to see is there's going to be a whole bunch of suburban women in the suburbs saying, Wait, why is he going after her like that? Wait, why are they going after her? She's like me. They're attacking somebody who's just like me. And I think it's going to turn some public opinion. One other thing, in regards to the debates, one of the shockers, which is that the undecideds, the ones that were left, a lot of them were just turned off completely. They're not going to show up. They were so disgusted by what they saw, they're just going to sit this election out. Which I don't know if that helps Donald Trump or if it hurts him. This is another point that, again, sorry, Shotes. The way that Chris Wallace behaved seemed like such an obvious setup to everybody. I mean, I saw liberals in my feed, and I'm talking serious liberals say, Jesus, can anybody just get Chris Wallace to shut up? We'd love to hear these two people talk. What is he doing? What is this? What is going on right now? This is horrendous. Okay? So it's going to have people empathize with Donald Trump. So even though he came out as garish, pissed off, brash, whatever, and unprepared, people are still going to sympathize with the guy. They can't help it. If you have empathy and some sympathy inside of your system, you're going to watch that and say, this isn't right. This is not right. So in that sense, he's also going to win. Also, another point that I didn't make is Joe Biden threw the far left under the bus. Okay, he's just like, oh, but he also said Antifa doesn't exist. But it's also like, oh yeah, no, there's no Antifa. Oh yeah, and the Green New Deal, we're not doing that. Oh, climate change, no, we're going to do this, but we're not going to do this. We're not going to do this. We're not going to do this. So he didn't appeal to the far lefties. So there's going to be a bunch of them who probably won't show up. This debate demoralized people. On both sides, I was absolutely disgusted by it. I feel way better about who I'm going to vote for. But I'm disgusted too. Here's actually what I'm thinking about, just writing in Tulsi Gabbard, to be brutally honest. Tulsi Gabbard called out what's going on in Minnesota in regards to the ballot harvesting and said ballot harvesting needs to be banned. Thank you again, Tulsi. Oh yeah, we need to stop the warmongers. She called Hillary Clinton the queen of the warmongers. Good job again, Tulsi Gabbard. She wants to take on the military-industrial complex. Awesome. Thanks again, Tulsi Gabbard. There's something about her that doesn't quite sit right with me. I don't know exactly what I don't fully trust her, but I like her so much more than all the other Democrats, to be quite honest. And at least she's been in service. So let me see, what was I talking about? So Amy Coney Barrett, okay, cover that one. Let's talk about Flynn. So there is the judge and the defense attorney, the lead defending attorney. The defense, we'll just call it the defense, got into it. So it's like, I want to say it's Judge Sullivan and I can't think of her name off the top of my head, but it was egregious. It was horrendous. Judge Sullivan was just throwing her under the bus, throwing Flynn under the bus. It was a miscarriage of justice. So much so that she called for a new judge, and she's probably going to get it. It was incredibly contentious, and it was a show. It was kind of like watching Judge Ito during the O.J. Simpson hearings, but much worse and politically motivated and nasty. That's basically all I have to say about it. Because I don't have Shotes on it. I apologize. My brain's a little bit tired. What was the other one? What's going on with Julian Assange? Yeah, there's all kinds of evidence that's just been... Julian Assange is getting railroaded, and the media should really be on top of this. I don't know where the hell they are. I don't know why the New York Times, MSNBC, CNN, Fox News, I don't understand why all these journalistic organizations are in bed with Julian Assange defending him like crazy right now. It's so irresponsible and dangerous. And I think, and this is part of what I'm talking, Julian Assange is a hero. And this is part of what I was talking about as far as you have like your Fox News opinion and your CNN opinion. What's going to happen is you're going to have what's allowed is your corporate opinion, and this is what media is going to be, and it's going to start getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller of what's allowed. And we as a public are going to respond by saying, oh, wow, that's what's allowed. Oh, it gets smaller and smaller and smaller. In the UK, and this is why America is like so great. In the UK, people are getting jailed for bad opinions online. So they say something that the state deems as inappropriate, boom, you get thrown in jail. Meanwhile, anarchists trying to burn down the system, and what is it? Pakistani human traffickers and grooming gangs who've been raping girls for decades while the cops covered it up? Fine. Totally fine. Because they don't want to be racist. This stuff's crazy. I don't remember. Did I blast the Catholic Church last episode? I think I did. The Catholic Church is responsible for a lot of this insanity that's going on right now. I should also blast the United States at the same time. You know, I got a couple of America flags on the wall, okay? A lot of this migrant crisis is based off of 2 decades of neocon and neoliberal foreign policy in the Middle East. For some reason, dropping bombs on countries for 20 years caused a lot of problems. One figure I saw was we've created something like 36 million refugees. That's like the entire country of Canada in refugees across, like, the amount of devastation that we have caused as a result of these wars is absolutely horrendous. And Julian Assange is one of the people who helped expose it, and they're throwing him under the bus, okay? Here's the thing. Julian Assange didn't commit all these crimes. We did. We did it. And he exposed it, and they're trying to ruin him for it. The military-industrial complex is in charge of everything, and they need to be destroyed. The end. In fact, I would also argue they need to be transformed, okay? Space Force. What we need to do is focus on Space Force. Hey, military-industrial complex, stop trying to drop bombs on everything. Stop trying to freaking control everybody. You don't need to do that. You need to go to space. You know what everybody loves? They love space. They want to go to space. They want to go to the moon and sip moontinis with daddy over here, okay? So stop it. Just stop your stupid warmongering BS. Take us to space. Everybody will be happy, and you will make more money than you can possibly imagine. Jesus Christ, you narrow-minded idiots. And the Pentagon needs to just be routed. Just a bunch of ass-kissing killers. That's all they are. Anyways, I'm going to move on. So, David Hogg, our favorite, Sandy Hook shooting survivor, got blasted online. He got blasted online for advocating for peace and a peaceful revolution and saying that violence is not the answer. So, David Hogg, the kid I love making fun of more than any other kid in the country, got just crucified for saying sane things. The mob responded accordingly for him being so deeply offensive. They're like, how dare you talk about peace and blah, 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 blah. That's your white privilege, David Hogg. How dare you say that, blah, 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 blah. We need to have a violent revolution. It's the only way that they're going to win, blah, 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 blah. And so he just got crucified online for advocating for peace. That's what the left is right now. So pseudo-liberals like anarchos and I, we're just going to hang out. We're going to hang out, drink beer, and go play in boats, I guess. The big Trump flags hanging off of them. Where are we going? Oh, yeah. So here's also another thing. So I'm not sure if you remember when I talked about this. If you remember when I said that we're now in the Coliseum, and there's going to be a new event every single day. Hey, what happened to Trump's tax returns? Anybody care about that? That was dumped 2 days ago. It's like 2 days ago, Trump's tax returns. Oh my God, Trump's... Oh no, the debates are now the thing. Oh no, now it's the white boys and the thing is the thing. Oh no, now it's going to be blah, 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 and the thing. And people's attention spans are just like ding, 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 ding. Oh, what's next? Okay, great. No. That's it. It doesn't matter. Here's something, and this is here's something, this is some of the shocking stuff that happened as a result of all of this stuff that's going on right now. Viewership for the debates was shockingly low. I thought, well, actually, I didn't know exactly what to expect. I thought they'd be high, but it's actually way down. Way, 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 way down. People tuned it out. Also, voter enthusiasm, way, 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 way down. Independence, way, 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 way down. The electorate has been super demoralized, and I'm going to argue that that's a great thing, okay? That's a really good thing. Here's why. You can't have a civil war when nobody gives a shit. Excuse my language. When nobody cares, you can't have a civil war. When people look at the political sides, they're like, screw you guys. We're not going to have any part of this. Whoa. Good luck getting those people in the streets. Good luck conscripting that army. Good luck getting like Anarchos and I with our arms crossed, like with a smirk on our face saying, all right, guys, hop in the truck. We're going to go. We're going to get effed. Go get effed, you cuck. Anyways, so that's actually a good thing, but it's also a really sad thing. It's really, like, we just don't care. Good job. We don't care anymore. The corporations have won. We need to figure our corporate hustle. Pat, you've got your really nice retirement. Good job. Anarchos, you and I got to figure out our hustle. I have a pretty good idea on our hustle. Oh my God, dude, you and I need to go get a beer sometime and talk about the hustle. It's sick. It's so sick. It's awesome. It's so awesome. I came up with the greatest brand ever. It's so great. I think, dude, we should just talk after this, and you could just be like, oh my God, just be like, hey, what's going on? I heard you have the best brand. And I'd be like, no, Anarchos, would you please talk like a normal person? Be like, well, I'm talking like a normal person. And be like, no, Anarchos, stop. You sound like you're from Alabama. I'm kidding. Anarchos has a beautiful Eastern accent, sounding like he originated from North Carolina. He sounds like a good American, salt of the earth American patriot hero. He would have fought in the North. I'd like to think he would have. Ugh. Sorry, I just thought about the South and everybody. And not just the South. I'm thinking more like Joe Biden doesn't get called out for like going to Robert Byrd's funeral. It's just such a bunch of hypocrites. Such a double standard. Oh yeah, so Chuck Schumer wrote the income tax laws that Trump was using to file. How's that? Good job. Chuck Schumer being I think he's the Senate Majority Leader of the he's the Senate Minority Leader. I want to call it that. Also, Trump has no income. So if we can go over tax returns again, as exciting as that is, the reason that Donald Trump showed like $750 on his taxes is because the guy doesn't have an income. He donates everything that he gets from being the president to charity, and then as far as like the revenue from his corporation, it just goes back into the corporation. It just goes to paying debt and assets and everything. It's all about cash flow. Like it's not an income. It's like revenue. Anyways, Biden's in big trouble for calling Kyle Rittenhouse white supremacist. That's all I got. I only have one viewer right now. I probably offended 2 of you. I don't know. If it's Anarchos, I don't think I offended you. I think you have a beautiful voice, Anarchos. Please don't judge me. What else? That's all I got, guys. I hope you all have a wonderful, 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 beautiful, corona-free day. Coronavirus is still out there. I expect the numbers to go up this fall as we get into the winter. I also expect that to be a global phenomenon. You're going to see a lot of corona spread through Europe and other countries. And that's it. I hope you all have a wonderful, beautiful, beautiful day. Be happy. It's going to be okay, guys. It's going to be fine. I know I talk about like the corporate hellscape of everything, but we knew this was going to happen. That's why since March I've been saying, hey guys, you should go ahead and get your hustle because this is time to get your hustle. We're never going to have another opportunity like this again, and we're never going to have another opportunity like this again. So go ahead and get ahead. It's going to be great. You're going to do great, guys. I believe in all of you. I even believe in some of you. Have a great day. Take your fish oil. That could be a good one. Take your fish oil, drink some water, be healthy, make sure you get plenty of sleep. If you can't sleep, wake up, read a book or something, and then go back to sleep. I played Borderlands last night when I couldn't sleep. It really screwed with my dreams. They were just the weirdest dreams in the universe. That's a pretty fun game, though. I'm going to talk to you guys later. I hope you have a wonderful day. Talk to you later. Bye.